Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Tonight's matchup features two quarterbacks who will be trying to lead their team to victory. It's Osweiler's Texans going up against Breeze's Saints. With that, let's get you out to the Bayou. We're standing by as our commentary team of Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
From a city that's played host to 10 Super Bowls, here's a look inside the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the Houston Texans and the New Orleans Saints. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side.
Ready, left. Got it. Waiting.
Breeze now on first down. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. 17 yards on the game's opening play and a quick first down. On first down, Breeze. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Second down and a little ways to go here. 2nd and 13.
Kill!
On second down, here's Breeze. It's caught left side by Cooks. That catch good for 5. It's third down. The headshots here are the offensive unit. And what about Brandon Cooks?
If he's not a 1,000-yard receiver every year he's healthy in the league, I'll be surprised. Came out of college wanting to be a pro, studied all the best receivers in the NFL before he even got to the league.
They'll give him 8 on the play, and that's going to make it fourth down. And now a whistle and a timeout called by the kicking team. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And look at this. They're keeping the punter on the sideline. They're going to go for it here on the opening drive. They'll run for it. It's Ingram. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Mark Ingram unable to get past the marker. And this defense delivers a turnover on downs on the very first drive of the afternoon. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Now Osweiler on first down. And this one complete to Will Fuller. Touchdown, Houston. Will Fuller, 56 yards. And the Texans have taken the early lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. And on your screen, the defensive starters for the Houston Texans. One thing's for sure. Throughout the season, but really in the playoffs, Clowney and Merciless, boy, did they come on. You get J.J. Watt back next year, a good defense becomes even better.
You're exactly right about that. This was a defense that did not give the credit it deserved all year long. Finished the season #1 in total defense in the NFL. And as you mentioned, that's without J.J. Watt. Just think, when they get him back and put everyone else to use again, look out. The Houston Texans will be stout again on the defensive side of the ball.
NFL teams last year, a little under 50% on fourth down conversions. This is a bit tougher. 4th and 4.
You ready? 13.
They'll come out in the pistol. And the play clock's running down. They do go for it. It's Breeze. And he's got Snead. Give him 7 on the play. And on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. So the incomplete pass brings up 2nd down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
They go screen. This is Ingram. Give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's 3rd down. So here we go, a 3rd down after the 2nd down pass completion. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Caught by Snead over the middle. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it.
A short gain that doesn't get them the 1st down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it.
Easy.
So here we go on 4th down with Breeze. Brought in left side by Snead. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down.
I remember in pregame when we were talking to him on the field, and he took his gloves off and showed us his fingers. A few misshapen ones.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. They overload him that time with a safety blitz, and he winds up being dropped for a loss of 7. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Saints football to begin quarter. Again, we'll see the pistol here. To throw, it's Breeze. He's going to loft one deep left. It's caught at the 10. Touchdown, New Orleans. Brandon Cooks, 59 yards. And the Saints are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Good pass, clean catch, and a house call there on the fly route.
And not that much room to operate. So that tells you about his acceleration. We always talk about being able to go from 0 to 60 real fast. Took him less time than that to get to top speed and complete that play.
And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. And the Texans set to come onto the field. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, to see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
And he powers his way up past the 30. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Even though positive yardage was gained on that play, I think the defense has to be happy. Obviously, they were prepared for some trick plays coming into the game, and they looked very aware that those could happen on any given down.
Here we go now.
Now Osweiler on 2nd down. Right side, caught Fedorowicz. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players. Somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes. When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
All right, here we go.
A 1st down carry now for Miller. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there. And speaking of Lamar Miller, up over 1,000 yards this season for the Houston Texans. 5 touchdowns as well. And the 2nd time in his 5-year career, he topped the 1,000 mark.
And he did it missing 2 games due to injury. So just think of what the numbers could have been. But looking forward, he is such a versatile player. I would not be surprised if Bill O'Brien adds a little more to his plate in 2017 and throws the ball a little bit more to him out of the backfield. Get him into space and let him create bigger plays that way as well.
He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Novak is on to attempt the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Now it's Novak on. He'll send this one away following the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to...
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Andre Howe. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
Brandon, if I told you in preseason that DeAndre Hopkins would have less than 1,000 receiving yards, would you have looked at me funny?
I would have. He's coming off a 1,500-yard season, and he's gotten better each and every year for the first three.
And they have weapons around him now. Will Fuller can stretch the field. Braxton Miller, when they get him back healthy, he can fly as well. They got Lamar Miller as a running back in free agency. They've got people who can stretch things open and get the ball to DeAndre Hopkins in open field, but he had a connection that wasn't very good with his quarterbacks this season.
And by the way, Charles, touchdown production dropped big time too. 11 last season, 4 this year. And they're going to go soft on the corners. And with that, it's 2-minute warning time here in the NFL on EA Sports. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. They come up in an offset eye. They keep it with Miller on 1st down. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a...
Now the ball's out. Osweiler lost it. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. It's complete. Fleener, right side. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up in the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
They're going to hurry back to the line now. Breeze now on 1st down. And he's got it over the middle. Fleener. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Like 50, like 50.
They go play action for Ingram. Now Breeze. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. So a 2nd down incompletion now brings up 3rd down. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Again, it's Breeze. Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former 1st-round pick, Kevin Johnson. And he will bring this all the way back out to midfield. Heading out as the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's second down.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Here's Osweiler. It's complete to Fuller. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th. So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8. They're going on 4th down. It's Osweiler. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now. Bill O'Brien rolls the dice, but to no avail. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. They go back to the air here after the INT. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-round pick, Kevin Johnson. And now out comes Houston. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
That is incomplete. That's it. Hey, Charles, give me water. Jeez, Chuck, they cut off the halftime show again. Quicker than anticipated, ready for the start of the second half. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 yards with a new rule as he's taken down right at the 20-yard line. And now out comes Houston. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
They go play action here on first down. And he's got Fuller. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line.
And when an offense is doing a nice job selling the play-action pass, a lot of responsibility shifts to the linebackers. They're the ones that have to determine run or pass and get to the proper places on the field.
He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. It's a gain of 14 there, and it's good enough for a Houston first down.
And when you have a guy in the backfield who can catch the football, you don't just use him strictly for checkdowns or dump-offs. You make him part of the primary passing attack because what you're trying to do is get him into open field and then let him make people miss and advance the football.
And he's brought down. It's a pickup of 14 there, and that'll be good for a Houston first. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Now a handoff to Miller. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
When Nick Fairley's on his game, he is your prototypical defensive tackle who can make disruptive plays. Great hands, really good quickness.
Detroit! Detroit! All right, here we go.
On second down, Osweiler gets it to Strong. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's first and goal.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. And they're going to speed things up here. Now the ball's out. Osweiler lost it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, A lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give him a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one. And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. Third down now following the completed pass.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. They'll need to get the play off quickly. Snap comes at 1, and now Breeze. Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. Shift together here from the D-line. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
Another pistol look here. Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. They come up with one back. That's Ingram. A play fake to Ingram. Now it's Breeze. And that is incomplete. Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after. And it's third down. And looking at Houston defensively, they've got a dime set. 6 DBs on third. They come out 5 wide. 3 of them to the right side. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And got his man complete. Touchdown, New Orleans. Brandon Cooks, 77 yards. And the Saints are within an extra point of tying this thing up. And he puts it through. So all square here in this third quarter as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And with a new rule, that decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he only gets to the 20. And now out comes Houston. And so close to hitting pay dirt last time, fumbling down near the goal line. Now, how does that affect their psyche this time around?
It's a tester, that's for sure, because to be that close and come away with...
And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Houston. DeAndre Hopkins, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Texans have broken the tie. Well, that was the fly route for a touchdown, and since he caught that one and scored it, I got to tell the story. Before the game, we were standing there. He was running deep routes, dropped one. It bounced up and just hit me right in the gut, and I said, come on, man, but there was no drop.
Yeah, you okay now?
I'm good.
All right,
I'm good.
We got the ice pack up here. You're just fine. What I loved about it was the subtlety of the route, because everyone knows he's fast. They're going to play him for that route first and foremost. But sometimes it's a head fake. It's varying your speed off the line of scrimmage. It's giving the defensive back different angles to think about. Is he going inside? Is he going outside? And then, as you noted, he just took off past him. Oops. There he goes again.
Left side and caught by Flander. A nice gain of 21 yards. So there on that play, offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage. So as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your other coverage guys and let him know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone. He's coming your way. Make sure you have him. And then when the ball is actually thrown, secure the tackle. When they're moving on crossing routes, if you miss a tackle, it usually results in a big play.
Ready. 5-9. 13. Here we go.
Breeze now on first down. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. On second down, here's Breeze. He's going to float this one deep right side. And it's knocked away and incomplete. He was trying to hit Thomas that time, and that takes us from second to third down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. Play clock winding down. Now Breeze got to have this one. And that is incomplete. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And the Texans take over an excellent field position. And now out comes Houston. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here.
All right, here we go.
And the pitch goes to Miller. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. And in this situation with the lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
And he's brought down. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. And let's discuss Osweiler a little bit further. Obviously, an interesting journey for him to get here to Houston.
Groomed in Denver and actually got to play some before he ended up making his departure to Houston. But after the Broncos won the Super Bowl, I think he was in search of his own team and his own destiny as maybe a Super Bowl quarterback. They gave him a great opportunity, and he took advantage of it and headed to be a Texan.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got to jump here. And the defense in desperate need of a stop. They have to get off the field and get the ball back to their offense if they want a chance. In motion is Fedorowicz. After the penalty, it's Miller. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Only a yard on the pickup, so from a good situation on 2nd and 2, it's now 3rd and 1. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be 4th down and a few inches.
Well, they gave it a shot, quarterback sneak. Not able to get it.
No, but if you're going to call a QB sneak on 3rd down, you draw it up to get it.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Maybe they were thinking 4-down territory.
The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches.
Watch it now. Here we go. Check. Green, 39. Gone. Over. Now let's go. Green. No. Check.
Halfback sent in motion. And an encroachment penalty here will cost them 5 yards.
And it makes it so simple, doesn't it? An easy free 5 yards for the offense given to them by the defense.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And the Saints signal for another timeout. That'll be their second, so 1 more chance to stop the clock here. And we'll be back. And they'll indeed take a knee. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. And Novak's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So barring something extraordinary, something crazy here in the closing stages, that field goal should just about put this one on ice.
Brandon, this will be a great win for them. The better team's going to win this game, no question about it.
And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line. Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again. But they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly. Then they'll take it from there.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. Now Breeze. He's going to let it fly. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
Well, an incomplete pass certainly doesn't look like a good play. For the guy throwing it today, as many interceptions he's thrown, he's got to feel a sigh of relief that the ball actually hit the ground and didn't go in the other direction.
And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. And barring something unforeseen, this will be the last play of the game.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up because anytime you get a chance to take a big...
Now Breeze lost the football, and the Texans scoop it. And that will write a finish to this ball game.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. In this matchup, we have one of the hottest young receivers in the game against a surefire future Hall of Famer. It's A.J. Green going up against Larry Fitzgerald. And with that, it's off to the Valley of the Sun, Phoenix, Arizona, where we'll hand it over to our broadcasting team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Larry, first opened in 2006. Here's a look inside University of Phoenix Stadium in Glendale, Arizona. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Arizona Cardinals. Two of the bigger surprises of 2015, the Cards and Bengals, are underway on EA Sports. On the return, it's Alex Erickson. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Now Dalton with a 1st and 10. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
Brandon, when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach and talked about how they wanted to begin this game offensively, they talked about their script, didn't they? 10 to 15 plays, the first 10 to 15 they had on their script. Nowhere on the script was there throwing an interception, I have to believe.
And they'll send the slot in motion left. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. George Iloka, the one that comes up to make the tackle. And certainly one of the mainstays in this offense is the crafty veteran El Fitz.
Love the way you phrased it. Crafty. This guy knows how to get open and catch the football.
Fitzgerald coming in motion right. They go to Johnson again. And Johnson lost the football. It's loose, poked out. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. And without a doubt, not the way they pictured that opening drive unfolding.
No, they were making progress. They weren't exactly in high gear, but they were making a few yards along the way. And now that they've coughed it up, you got to go back to the sidelines and regroup a little bit.
And over the middle, it's LaFell. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Everyone has their strengths, able to move to their right or their left, being able to throw the football. So that means you've got to work on both because you never know which way you're going to get flushed by pressure. In this situation, able to escape to his left and makes an accurate throw.
Brandon LaFell, his intended target, and it's 3rd and short. And if this offense is going to flow today, certainly the running back will be a key piece.
Without a doubt, because they asked their runner to not just do that, but to block, to catch, to help set a tone for their offense.
Andy Dalton, and Eifert has it. And he gets it to the 34, good enough for the first. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
He went full scale, loose, flexible, finding a way to catch the ball in some traffic for a key first down.
A really nice job of adjusting to the ball in the air. Not the most accurate of throws, but able to adjust and make the grab. He's going to loft one, and that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. A.J. Green, 33 yards. And the Bengals are going to take a first-quarter lead.
Sometimes when I see these types of plays executed, I think of basketball. Guys boxing other guys off to go out and get a rebound.
And he got the rebound right there. But the defense was really placed well.
Yeah, they were right there. I mean, that's where it's really tough for a defender. When you're in the right spot, you're draped on the guy catching the ball, yet he still comes down with it.
And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they thought they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? 2nd down now after the incompletion. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage, look defensively. 2nd and 10. It's Palmer again. Fitzgerald's got it right side. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there.
Well, you know something, hard work and incredible efficiency does pay off, and that's Larry Fitzgerald of Arizona. 107 catches. I thought he's supposed to be getting older and slowing down.
I was just going to say, people are wondering when Father Time's going to catch him, but he's too fast for Father Time.
Right now, he's keeping Father Time at bay, and in fact, is still continuing to flourish in the desert.
Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling.
There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
Well, look at this, a tight end carry. And now a fumble. The ball's out.
Partner, I know we're supposed to be impartial and not root, but be honest. Weren't you excited for the opportunity for David Johnson of Arizona to have 100 yards from scrimmage in each and every game this year?
Yeah, NFL record, 15 straight games at the century mark. Disappointingly, though, couldn't get that clean sweep. Just 44 yards in the Cardinals' finale after he was forced to exit with a knee injury.
But how about the way he broke out in 2016? One of the stars of the future in the NFL.
Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height, sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there. If he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback that has to slide and find open space to throw. And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Ready to go now in the 2nd quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. It's the Cardinals in possession of the football. They've got it 2nd and 10 to start things out. Again, it's Johnson. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
Defense may be trying to guess the snap count there, and it costs them 5 yards. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. One receiver right, that's Brown.
Let's go. Blue 58. Blue 58.
Palmer now to throw on 3rd down. It's caught. Nelson. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
A 1st down carry here for Johnson. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
A 1-yard gain can look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time. When you decide to run a hitch route, it really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
The Bengals with 2 extra DBs. A nickel look on 3rd.
Blanket in the passing lanes.
A carry here for the big tight end. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or creep or get through contact or trash, makes a lot.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Alabama man, Drake Kirkpatrick. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got to a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
If you love pressure,
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. And the offense looks to pick up the first here on third after that incompletion.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion. Even in today's NFL, when we think of the tight end position now as really a glorified wide receiver, we're still asking a lot of those guys. They have to block as well, and every now and then, they don't come down with the football.
Andy Dalton going to stay on the field. They're going to try and go for it on fourth down. And now here's a timeout defensively coming from the Cardinals. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10. So they are going for it. Now Dalton steps away. To the left side here for Eifert. And the broken tackle helps lead to a first down gain.
Brandon, I have one word for you after that completion for a first down.
Lucky?
Analytics.
Well, the analytics say they punt the football there.
So we're changing to analytics as we go, right? What a big-time play for them, and really took a big-time chance.
Yeah, big-time first half chance. They send Green to the left on his own. Now Dalton is going to let this thing go deep for LaFell. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
To the left side here for Eifert. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Now a play fake here on first down. It's caught. Left side, Brandon LaFell. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. So second and medium, 2nd and 5 now. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They come up in an offset eye. Passing, it's Dalton. Oh, he almost had it. Already with 1 interception, just missing his 2nd there.
The name of the game is always on defense, put pressure on the quarterback. And that's exactly what they've done today. It looks like they've got him a little bit rattled. That would have been the 2nd interception in the first half.
An extra DB added here for the Cards on third.
Blitz or play coverage.
One receiver left, 2 to the right. Andy Dalton. He's got his man, Boyd. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. Nothing flashy there, the slant to the slot.
Oh, and the frustration for the defensive guys, because it's a quick play, and you know it's going to be a bang-bang play in terms of the throw and the catch, and then he's able to absorb the contact and complete it.
On 1st and 10, here's Andy Dalton. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted, a great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. So out now come the Cardinals. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence.
David Johnson on his way. Touchdown, Cardinals. David Johnson, 76 yards. And the Cardinals are just an extra point away from tying this game. And he knocks it through. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. CD, wanted to get your thoughts just on the landscape of the offseason for each of these teams. Super Bowl in the rearview mirror, but so much going on. People look at the draft a lot. But there's a lot more that goes into the offseason for these front offices, is there not?
It certainly is, and even before we get to the draft, you start with the combine. You know, it's held in Indianapolis every year, and you have about 350 of the top prospects coming together to get their physicals and interviews and on-field performance, and all that will get evaluated along with their game tape. And then you've got the free agents, all right? That starts, I believe, in early March, where now the free agents can start moving around to different teams. So your team's starting to take a little bit of shape there, free agency, because then the draft's coming up. You're trying to put your team together with new draft picks, have everyone start to move in one direction, and then you have the OTAs and mini camps. You get to see them on the field for the first time, and we start to get a better idea of how these teams are going to look when the fall begins. It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
Here's Kevin Huber now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. And from their own end zone, it's a fake. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And where the ball is now, you got the field goal pretty much in the bag. Now do you try for the end zone a couple of times?
I don't think there's any question about it. You might get a gift of 6 points rather than the 3 that you just noted that you feel like you already have. Be aggressive, go after it, and try and get those points.
And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Now it's Palmer. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. Boy, you'd hate to squander this great field position. Here's 3rd and goal.
Let's go, let's go.
Slot man moves right.
Wide, 18, zebra.
On 3rd and goal, Palmer, incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now. The tight end, Jermaine Gresham, the intended receiver, and now it's 4th down.
I know tight ends love this route because a lot of times they'll fake a block first and get a little bit of space and then come across the middle, because in their mind, they're thinking catch the ball and then drop the hammer on the little guys in the secondary.
Unable to drop the hammer, he just dropped the pass. So they kick it through to take the lead. There is a little bit of time left, though, here in the second quarter.
And while they're concerned about not giving up a big return or giving up points themselves going into the half, how good do they feel, though, putting points on the board themselves right near the end of the first half?
Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. So here's the Cardinals offense now as they get set to start this 3rd quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about them keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the 3rd quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
And Gresham's got it over the middle. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is not with his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle. He can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play, but what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
Let's go, Blue 50.
On second down, Palmer caught on the left side, Fitzgerald. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down, but a nice little gain.
Many teams, as soon as they spot man defense, if they haven't called a hitch, they'll get to it as fast as they can. They want to put the ball in the hands of one of their best playmakers and hope that he can break a tackle on the outside and go for big yardage.
And now Bruce Arians, with the play clock running low, is going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on third. Palmer will throw. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. There he goes left side. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Here's Palmer. Dumping it off for Johnson. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Second down, Johnson. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Let's go, let's go.
They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Here's Palmer to throw. And Nelson's got it here right side. There he goes right side. Touchdown, Cardinals. J.J. Nelson, 57 yards. And the Cardinals have retaken the lead.
Everybody likes to see the long ball thrown, but when you throw it underneath and you see someone catch the ball, secure it, make their moves, and then turn it into bigger plays, that's a lot of fun to watch as well.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker rooms. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. A well-executed blitz, no doubt. Great job by the linebacker. Maybe the quarterback, if he could have seen that, could have audibled there.
Yeah, he needed to be in a different play because that one just meshed perfectly for the defense. All the gaps.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A.J. Green, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Bengals are once again going to retake the lead. And his kick is right through. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And the Cardinals getting set to trot out there now. And they're going to need another score. Got one last time, but still down here.
When you're playing catch-up, every possession becomes crucial, doesn't it? It's vital. Get back out on the field, punch in the end zone again. They know it's not easy, but what they do have going for them, they did score the last time. They think they've got a good formula working.
And what about the defense?
Well, now you're just saying to yourself, okay, we gave up a score last time. What adjustments do we need to make to slow them down now and get the ball back for our own offense? Is it more pressure? Is it more zone? What do they have to do? They're trying to figure that out themselves.
We'll see if they can figure that out right here. No gain on the play there. Second down.
And that's one of the few times they've been able to contain him. He's had a heck of a game, and maybe he's getting a little bit tired from how many times he's carried the ball. But I always think back to what all those old coaches say. The ball's not that heavy. Keep carrying it, kid.
On second down, here's Palmer. Going for the deep ball. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. That one was intended for John Brown. And it'll bring up third down.
I like the boldness, and I like that they took a shot downfield, but it was well covered, and he was able to get a hand in and knock it away.
Let's go, let's go.
On third down, Palmer. And he comes back with one complete. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. It's Cardinal football, but they trail here as we get set to bring you the fourth and final quarter. So the offense lining up first and 10.
Let's go, let's go. Blue 95. Blue 95.
Throwing now, Palmer on first down. It's brought in complete. It's John Brown. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Simple slant route, and part of a really nice hard throw by the quarterback.
Nice timing between the quarterback and the receiver. They were perfectly in sync, and he put it right on him on the inside route.
They'll come out in the pistol. Throwing is Palmer. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a second and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. Oh, they go with a tight end carry. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
Let's go, let's go.
The slot man in motion right. First and 10, it's Palmer. Fitzgerald bringing it in over the middle. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, You often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Now Johnson. And he'll cut it out to the side. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. David Johnson, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cardinals have taken the lead here in the fourth. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a three-point lead. Now Catanzaro after the touchdown to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And last year that would have been a net gain of 5 on the return. This year he stopped where he would have been if he had taken a knee, and that's at the 25. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard.
The play fake to Hill. Dalton. Green's got it over the middle. And he's able to get this one up to the 45-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Time starting to run out here in the fourth. This defense just trying to keep the offense off the board and preserve this potential victory. They go play action here on first down. To the left side here for Eifert. A gain of 6 there on first.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
So this offense really needs to make something happen here late in the fourth with the football. And it'll be Dalton again. Time for a break. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. Around 2 minutes to go, and if the D can hold them, that'll end this one.
We always think about the offense attacking. In this case, I'm looking for the defense to do the same.
Back to throw. He completes it to Boyd. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up fourth down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Big fourth down here. It's Dalton. And that's complete to LaFell. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. 13 yards on the pickup. And on fourth down, they're able to convert and move the sticks. Back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Dayon Buchanan. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. The Cardinals offense now works their way back onto the field. They have the 3-point lead. Defense did their job. Now, late game. Although it looks good, you know the coaches, they haven't counted this as a victory yet.
I agree with you totally.
David Johnson on his way. Past the 20. Touchdown, Cardinals. David Johnson, 69 yards. And the Cardinals will extend their lead.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
Now Catanzaro after the touchdown to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line. The Bengals offense now, they head back onto the field. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4's kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. And the Cardinals offense here ready to take over. They're in a good spot. 2-possession game, barely, but a 2-possession game here late. Now they just have to put this game on ice.
Let's face it, right now, they're talking about ball security, taking care of it, not allowing anything crazy to happen, because we've seen nutty things happen down the stretch. But
and now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Here we go with 2nd and 7.
Here we go. Blue
Slot man moves right.
Blue 58. Sally 19. Sally 19. Sally 19.
Brown, the lone
Sally
receiver
19.
left. Palmer gives to Johnson. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Calling a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5. And now the Bengals are going to call another timeout. That'll be their 2nd, so 1 more chance to stop the clock here. And we'll be back.
Here we go. Blue 58.
The slot man in motion
Blue 58.
right.
Regular. Regular. Mirror. 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 Right now.
On 3rd down, Johnson. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. And Catanzaro's kick is right through, and that will stretch the lead up to 13. So they settle for just the 3 there, but clearly anything helps when you're trying to salt one away here in the 4th.
without a doubt, I think a touchdown would have been the final nail. But 3 does give them some breathing room and lets them build up a little cushion.
And out now, here come the Bengals. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window? He's got a man, complete. A big play, Dalton to his favorite target, Green. 42 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a... And now the Cardinals going to use another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Zebra! Zebra! Dagger! Dagger!
A first down throw coming for Dalton. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. His big tight end, Tyler Eifert, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they're able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. Tyler Boyd, the former Pitt Panther, was the target. 3rd down here. Third down, a shot here for Dalton. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. He was looking for his favorite target, A.J. Green, that time. And that'll bring up a 4th down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
380! 380! 380!
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one.
Get ready! Blue
In motion
95.
right is Fitzgerald.
Blue 95.
Here's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. And he's got room. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.